Okay. This is to assert the argument that Call of Duty has never been a controller game and that people just didn't really know how to play. Which, this is like 2007 consoles were, new and whatnot. A lot of people didn't do, PC FPS gaming. Anyone who actually knew anything about the PC scene would know that, Pro Mod was, kind of running around. But this is just kind of what I want to show to people that have not seen this side of Call of Duty. So let's say there's a guy like right there, and I want to peek it, right? So you can do the thing in Modern Warfare and shit, and all the modern CODs where you run up and then you jump peek it. First of all, look at the distance that I have to start jumping at in order to shoot, right? It's like right here, right? I would have to start it in the new CODs from like back here, because I'd have to sprint up and then I'd have to hop out and shit, right? But in this COD, that's enough. Only this is enough, right? But the second thing is, okay, so I'm gonna just run it and I'm gonna sprint jump, right? Pretty normal sprint jump. I have to be normal. I have to be careful not to influence this because it's just kind of ingrained muscle memory from a lot of games. So I'm making it to about right here, right? So let's say that I want to try and peek this, and then I want to try and stay as safe as possible, right? For keyboard and mouse, what you can do is you can kind of circle and then strafe jump and then peek it, right? So I can run up and I can crouch jump out to here, right? I think I started that one too far away. Right. So I can jump out to here, right? And I have cover right here. Whereas if I'm not doing this little movement thing, right? I'm not making it this far. Right? Without the movement thing, I'm making it to about here. With it, making it out. I was a little sloppy, but I don't know my strafe angles in this game very well. I'm making it all the way out to this cover. Right, and this is something that pretty much, like, people will do it on controller. People will do it on controller, but it's not as good as doing it on keyboard and mouse because the strafe angles are locked to the WA WD strafes. So the game that this comes from, this is kind of a sequel of that game, right? The way that it works is you can either go like this to gain speed, right? I just did it right there. Fuck. You can either do this to gain speed, right? Where you progressively kind of move your aim farther and farther out, right? And it's based on the current velocity, the angle that you're looking, and the angle that you're strafing at, right? So right now I'm alternating between WA and WD as I do this, right? There's another thing that you can do in this game though, where you can do it with only the A and the D keys, right? So here I'm only going to be doing the WD, right? And then I'm going to be hitting A on the way back, right? So you can see that I'm still gaining speed, even though I'm not using the other side, right? Because again, all that matters is the angle that you have between your movement and your mouse, right? So when I hit A, right, then the angle changes. When I hit WD, the angle changes, but I don't have to move my aim very much, and I just kind of move like this, right? But in COD, you can't do this because you have to be holding WA or WD because you need to sprint, right? So even though the A strafe still exists, right, and you will gain a little bit of momentum from this, right, it's not going to be as much as if you actually do a proper WD strafe. That was terrible. I don't know the strafe angles in this game, so it's a little sloppy. But if you actually do it properly, right, you'll gain a lot more momentum off the WA and WD strafes because you are sprinting. Right, which means that in order to strafe jump well, you have to snap to the angle, and there's nothing you can really do about it. It's not like you can kind of set your directional keys to kind of make it easier on the aim for controller players. You just have to snap, which is why I say that this game is a keyboard and mouse focused game, because you have to snap to a specific angle, which is generally something that controllers are not very good at. So, and of course, if you're not playing the game kind of to its fullest, then anything goes. But when it comes to the mechanics of the game that really people should be using if they're playing the game properly, you really can't execute them very well on a controller. So